Hello everyone! This video is going to be an intro to creating tones on the Spark Amp app. This will be good if you're just really getting started. We're going to go over how we can customize our tones. You have a lot of free tones on the cloud part of the app, but you should also know how to create your own tones. It's fun. Your Spark has a lot of flexibility in doing this, a lot more than what people think. Positive Grid is known for their modeling amps with their bias effects line. They are considered one of the top pro modeling amp companies. In guitar world, back in 2019, Chris Gill wrote an article that read, "Positive Grid Bias FX2 is so good, you may never want to go back to playing a real-world amp." And I don't know if that's true, but they are really well known for their professional recording software and amp modeling. Spark, in my opinion, is kind of like Apple's GarageBand to Logic Pro. It's like Apple created a recording software that everybody could use and is free with the purchase of their computer systems, and it's really, you know, great for people getting into music and recording and doing demos and songwriting. But there are also a lot of professional music that has been created in GarageBand, and I think that the marketing team and the technicians and the engineers at Positive Grid, they kind of did the same thing with the Spark amp. Let's make a smart amp, something affordable that we use some of our amp modeling technology, and we'll sell this to everybody. And then for those that want to get into it even more, it's like a gateway into their bias effects software. I think it's probably a really good marketing strategy on their part, and they did come up with a really great learning amp and practice amp. But you can also get some pretty nice tones, create demos, get your songs recorded, and if this is all you got, you could probably put together some songs that you could stream and play on YouTube or however you want to distribute. And then, you know, when you're ready, you can move up into more sophisticated amplifier software simulation. So that's what we're going to do today. I don't know, I'm going to go for something like a little bit of David Gilmourish, maybe. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to be using the app on my iPad because I am shooting this video with my iPhone. So normally I would use my iPhone. What's kind of fun about creating your own sound patches is that you get to research and do, you know, a little bit of investigating about what various artists used. There are really, you know, a lot of really good YouTube videos and websites out there, including, and I have a list here, and I will be including these links in the description. There's like Premier Guitars rig rundowns. There's Rhett Shull, Pete Thorn, Gilmourish.com, Tim Pierce, and Chris Buck, many others that really go into the gear that's used. Now it's gonna be an approximation here because Gilmour used a lot of, you know, guitars and amps, but he primarily used like high watts for his live performances. The main thing that we're gonna go for is we're gonna go for more of a strong clean amp sound, because that's what the high watt was all about. And then his effects, and that were used with like fuzz face pedals and echoplexes and with other guitar pedals and effects. So we're going to try to replicate that. We're going to take a look, before we get started in all this, at a couple of websites. So we're going to go to SPARK.ZONE. And SPARK.ZONE is a forum just for the Spark amp. We're going to take a look at this page here called Real Names of Amps and Effects. So we can kind of get an idea of amps, also compressors, drives, modulation, delays, reverb, and the names that are used in the Spark amp, and then what their counterpart real world amp or device is. If we take a look at some of the names of these amps, like if we take a look at the clean amps, like we probably want to try maybe the Fender Twin Reverb, which is called the Black Duo on the app. I'll have a link for this so that you can take a look in the comment section and go through and take a look at for this yourself. You know, we're going to be taking a look at like fuzz face. You can see here, like for our drives, we have MXR, that's called a booster. Ibanez Tube Screamer is a tube drive. Electro Harmon X Big Muff is called guitar muff. Modulation, we have tremolo. Digital delays, we've got a digital delay, which is modeled after a Boss DD3 digital delay. And then while we're at it, I'll just show you a couple of things that other websites that I'll have links for. This is Gilmourish, and you can see here that on the wall, which we're going to be doing, you know, try to do an effect that's similar to the wall. You can see that all the different equipment that David Gilmour used. We'll try to put something together so we can have some fun while we're practicing. So I'm going to start up the app now. Okay, so we'll get connected here with the Spark app. And I'm going to go to channel 4. But before I do that, I just want you to see that you have so many options by going to the cloud. You could actually look up David Gilmour here and maybe start from something that someone else has done, and then make your own alterations to it. And then you can save it to your own personal profile on your tablet or your iPhone. In this case, I'm going to be actually doing it in channel 4, and you can save any of your custom sounds to your amp on your channel. So let's say if you were gigging or you wanted to practice with other people, you could have your own tones all set up and ready to go, and you wouldn't even need the app. So I'm just going to click this X, and we'll get back into our channel 4, and this is where I'm going to be working. You can see that tread plate as the amp. If we take a look at tread plate from that website that we were just looking at, tread plate would be a Mesa Boogie triple rectifier, which that might be okay to start out with. What we could do is try that. We could also try like the Fender Deluxe Reverb. Again, that's another amp that David Gilmour used. He tended to go real clean and loud, and then used his effects pedals to get his overdrive sound. Okay, so let's just see how that sounds. Let's try another amp. If you want to look at the various amps that they have available here, just tap the amp and you can see that we have all the various amps listed here. You know, at some point it might be a good idea to go through and experiment with all of them. I don't know, we could try an American high gain. Not too bad. If we look at SparkZone, SPARK.ZONE, if we want a, let's say a Fender Deluxe Reverb, that would be number 9, American Deluxe. might be a good one. It's pretty clean, and then we can go ahead and add different drives to it. But I think what I might do is maybe go back to what we had before, or the American high gain, which would be like a Mesa Boogie, and that's another one that David Gilmour used, was Mesa Boogie in some of his recording. So let's see. Okay, let's try that. Now what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and close our amps and maybe take down the gain on that a little bit. Let's pull our treble up a little bit. Okay, now let's see what this sounds like without the gate on. So I'm just gonna, kind of noisy, so we'll keep the gate on. Okay, and how about a drive? So I'm gonna double click the drive. David used like fuzz face, and he also used like the tube screamer, but let's go with a fuzz face, or maybe even a guitar muff. Let's see what those sound like. Let's go to the Dunlop Arbiter fuzz face. And then let's see what a guitar muff sounds like. And then let's try a tube drive. What's the Black Ops sound like? That's a little dark for me, the guitar muff. So I think I'm going to go with the fuzz face. Now let's take a look at the delay. I'll turn the delay on. And let's see, let's go with a, let's try the echo tape. Oh, turn it on here. That's a little bit much. Let's try the digital delay. And then let's see what the echo filter sounds like. Vintage. Now let's try the digital delay. Choose that. And let's try our mode here, a couple settings. level. Feedback, let's take that back to about 4 or 5, huh? And then our delay time. So we want more than that. That's way too much. So just keep playing with this till you like it. Now let's try our compressor. Maybe a little bit of modulation. The phase 90 is what I think we're going to use. And that would be the 04 phaser, which is right here. So let's go ahead and use that. Let's speed that up just a little bit. And back off the intensity just a little bit. And then maybe a touch of reverb. Just a Hall, maybe Hall natural. Okay, and then let's go ahead and change some of this. Make it just so that we just get a hint of that. Take back the swell. Okay, so this is going to be our setup. Maybe a little bit too much on the delay. Okay. And then the modulation is a bit much too. Let's take that back a little bit. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. little too much of that modulation. Let's try a different modulator. Let's try maybe a chorus. Well, definitely not that. Classic vibe. I don't think flangers. Actually, that's not bad. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's see how this sounds. Something like that. So that just gives you like a little overview of what you can do with the amp, and you can see that there's a lot more that we could do. I was just trying to, you know, show you all the different things that you can call up and change. And so anyway, hope this was a little bit helpful for you. Have fun, and then if you come up with something you like, make sure to save it. So save, in this case, to the hardware preset, and we're going to put that in channel 4, and then I can work on this some more if I need to. There we go, channel 4 saved. Okay, until the next video, keep jamming.